Usually when we start off the day, it's like the opening type of thing. So we make sure that we see who we have. We got to make sure that we have everything that we need as far as like prep goes and all that stuff. And the main thing is like personally for me to get everything done.
So the hardest challenge for me was kind of having to cut ties with like friends because I had a lot of friends starting out, and I kind of had to step back and be a lot more strict. So that was probably the hardest thing for me was just having to kind of level down and not have too many friends at work.
Okay.
It just kind of goes either way, and sometimes it depends on the type of employee. If it's somebody who's always been giving trouble and stuff like that, you can do as much as you can. You can ask as much as you can. You can be as nice as you can, but you can't really force them to do what you want. So, as a matter of somebody not doing it, it could be a bad day. Usually, I would kind of use a less like strenuous activity, something that's probably away from people. Maybe it might be a little calmer for them, or we just end up sending them home. And if it becomes a real like big issue as far as them making any problem of it, then there's the consequences with the DODs and the write-ups and all that stuff.
Constant breaks. We kind of keep the whole crew there. For me, I try to stay calm, steady, and make sure that I'm just trying to get food out and trying to make sure the guests are happy and the crew is.
How did you handle it?
I think like as far as we definitely have two different experiences as far as like the worst. I don't have any like awful experiences here, but I did another location that was in Canton, and it was pretty bad because they were what's the word? It starts with R. We're a corporate store. They were
Franchise.
They were a franchise. Never mind, it doesn't start with an R. But it was a time where I was closing by myself for one of the first times, and I was left with barely anybody. And we had customers. The doors weren't even locked. We had customers come in. Customers didn't want to leave, and it just kind of ended up being something where we had to call the police and literally get them off the property. But like I wasn't trying to. Why are you laughing? It wasn't funny.
That's so bad.
It was such a miserable thing because they were like admin. They were just like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure they were drunk, but it was like,
how did you get them out?
I was like, hey, we're closed. They were like, no, you're not. I was like, oh, what? And then so they didn't want to leave. They were going in and out of the bathroom, literally like on the counter, and they're like, let me get a big Zag snack, and like nobody was there. And then so we were like, hey, please help. And they came in and it was like four dudes, like four big dudes. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.